They said the king saw everything. But in truth, he saw too much. In the village of Njoro, where every man was born with only one eye, the king, who alone had two, ruled with terror. They thought his second eye was a blessing, until it became their curse. In the heart of an ancient African forest, far beyond the plains and rivers of men, lay the village of Njoro, a land cursed with mystery. Here, every man, woman, and child was born with only one eye. Some bore the left, others the right, and it was said that when two people with opposite eyes stood together, they could see the world as one. But unity was a dream. Because greed had blinded their hearts, only one man had two eyes, King Baruti. The villagers worshipped him, believing he was chosen by the gods, but Baruti was not a savior. He was a tyrant. He saw their weakness, and he used it. Taxes rose, food was seized, and his guards, the Njoka warriors, patrolled the night, punishing anyone who dared to question him. Villagers with only the left eye claimed to see truth, those with the right eye claimed to see wisdom, and the king laughed. He told them, "As long as you see differently, I will always be your eyes." Soon, they began to fight among themselves, families torn apart, villages burning, blood staining the soil that once gave them life, and the king watched, smiling. Then came a seer, the blacksmith's son, born with no eyes at all. A mysterious child. The villagers feared him, said he was the god's punishment for questioning the king. Even his parents hid him from sight. But a seer heard things others didn't. He could feel what others could not. He could sense when someone lied. He began to say strange things like, "You fight because you only see half the truth." The people mocked him, but one night, while the king slept, a seer dreamed, and in that dream, he saw the truth. The king's second eye was not a gift from the gods. It was stolen, taken from his twin brother whom he had killed as a boy. The second eye carried a curse. It showed Baruti both the world of men and the world of spirits. As years passed, strange things began to happen in Njoro. Crops failed, the rivers dried, those who opposed the king went missing. Whispers spread that the king's second eye fed on human souls. At night, villagers saw him standing atop his palace roof, his two eyes glowing like burning moons. Children said they saw ghostly faces swirling in the air behind him, and every dawn, another villager would vanish. When fear turned to hunger, and hunger turned to madness, a seer spoke again, this time with fire in his words. He gathered the villagers in the old square and said, "The king is not your eyes. He is your blindness. You are not cursed, you are divided." The people hesitated, until a strange thing happened. A seer, the blind one, looked up to the sky and said, "If you see me, then you see yourselves." And suddenly, thunder cracked, rain fell for the first time in years. The villagers took it as a sign from the gods. They united, left-eyed and right-eyed together, and for the first time, they saw clearly. They stormed the palace. Baruti stood waiting, his two eyes glowing fiercely. He screamed, "You think you can see better than me?" But as the people advanced, his vision began to blur. He looked down, and realized his second eye was bleeding. The curse had turned against him. In the chaos, he fell, his two eyes rolling into the dust, where even the spirits refused to claim him. When dawn came, the villagers buried his body facing the east, and from his grave, two trees grew, one on each side, their branches intertwining as one. A seer was made the village oracle. He never saw the sun with his eyes, but he saw peace return to Njoro. The left-eyed and right-eyed lived together. They learned to look beyond sight, to listen, to feel, to think as one. True blindness is not the absence of sight, but the absence of unity. When people see differently but never listen, even two eyes can become blind.